Namaste friends. My name is Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar. I am Global Convener of United Consciousness. I welcome all of you in this grand celebration of United Nations International Day of Yoga. Dear friends, we are living in a divided world that is being divided in the limited identities of caste, creed, race, orthodoxies of religion, fanatic nationalism, intolerant thoughts like these. And these limited identities prevent us to see divine beyond divides. And the divided world is a dangerous place to live and to raise the kids. And that's why unification of this world in consciousness is must. We need to unite together in consciousness, and this unification has to be twofold. One, my unity with self. When a person can connect with self, and then when I can connect with the surrounding. Connection with self means connection of mind, body, and soul together. When mind, body, and soul are aligned, we feel peaceful, we feel happy, we feel resolved. But when they are not aligned, we feel agitated. There is a dissonance that we feel. And once I am peaceful with self, then I can be peaceful with the surrounding also. And that leads to my connection with the surrounding. A irritated person makes an agitated family. Agitated family leads to a volatile society. Volatile societies together makes a disturbed nation. And disturbed nations together makes a boiling world. Indeed, world is boiling. And that's why even the whole environment is boiling and we call it global warming. We need to stop that right now. This world in pieces needs a manual of peace. And Patanjali Yoga Sutram is that manual of peace. Patanjali Yoga Sutram. Yoga word itself has come out of Sanskrit root yuj, that means to connect, to unite everybody, to unite single person in consciousness. And that's why Patanjali Yoga Sutra is a grand scripture of peace. 195 aphorisms for global peace. Yoga Sutram gives a message of my connection with self. Niyamas for my personal honesty towards self. Yamas to be socially responsible. Asanas and pranayam to be physically fit and healthy. Pratyahar and dharana to be psychologically peaceful. And dhyan and samadhi to be spiritually elevated and self-realized. So all 8 limbs of Yoga Sutram assures my connection with self and in turn my connection with surrounding and divine and supreme also. So Yoga Sutram helps me to connect with self, surrounding and supreme. It leads to a world where individually a person is peaceful. A peaceful person leads to a happy family. Happy family leads to a joyful society. Joyful society leads to prosperous nations, and prosperous nation makes a blissful world. Let's not wait for the grave to rest in peace. Let's live in peace every moment. Let's breathe in peace. And this is the message of Yoga Sutram. Today, in this celebration of International Day of Yoga, around 108 masters from all 6 continents of the world and from around 50 nations of the world have gathered together on the common platform of United Consciousness to declare divine beyond divides, to unify me at my level, unification of mind, body and soul, and at the global level, unification of me, you and all. Amazing speeches, panel discussions, discourses, meditation practices, asana practices, dance, music from all parts of the world are waiting for you for your journey into self. So sit back and relax and enjoy this amazing journey into self inquiry. Let's create a healthy, happy, and a prosperous world together in and with yoga. Thank you.
On behalf of Project Gita and UCC India, we welcome our chief guest, Dr. Vinay Sahasrabudhe. Dr. Vinay Sahasrabudhe, a nationalist social worker, a research scholar, author, editor, trainer in democracy by profession, a parliamentarian by elevation, and a PhD in political science. His passion includes finding out various ways and means to make the democratic governance deliver. Presently, Dr. Sahasrabudhe holds respectable positions as Chairman of Parliamentary Standing Committee for HRD, President at Indian Council for Cultural Relations ICCR, India's soft power promotion establishment, Vice President at Rambhau Malgi Prabodhini RMP, a unique research and training academy for elected representatives and social workers. Dr. Vinay Sahasrabudhe received accolades for his myriad contribution as author of famous book Innovation Republic. It's a great pleasure to welcome a distinguished, noble and admirable personality as our guest of honor today. I invite Dr. Vinay Sahasrabudhe to share his thoughts with all of us.
Thank you, Dr. Vikram Singh Tomar, the man behind this particular conference under the aegis of the United Consciousness. Also, I'm told that Yoga Guru Nagendraji is also present here, one of the most important experts in yoga or yogic sciences in modern India, and several others who are joining this particular program from different countries, from different parts of the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, let me at the outset congratulate my friend, Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar, who is not just an academic, but very proactively working for the objectives of the organization in a way promoted by him, which is United Consciousness. Even the name of this organization is very significant because it is not just about consciousness, but about united consciousness. As it happens, when we try to unite people, many a times we lose on consciousness. And when an individual tries to remain conscious all along, he or she fails to get united with others. And therefore, the title of the organization, United Consciousness, is very, very significant. In a way, it symbolizes the importance of both individuality and collectiveness. Friends, we are on the eve of International Yoga Day, which will be celebrated all over the globe on the 21st of June. And as we understand, yoga literally means addition. And for any kind of seamless addition, for any addition to be received properly, a spirit of accommodation is a must. The person who wants to add something and the element that desires to get added, both require to have a spirit of accommodation. And as we understand, accommodation is all about our duties and our responsibilities as well. Because if I have to accommodate somebody, I will have to be mindful of my responsibilities, my duties. And at the same time, if I am seeking accommodation in a particular group or in a particular community, I also will have to be conscious of my rights and my duties as well. And all these things play a key role in any democratic polity. And therefore, as a student of yogic sciences and also a student of democracy, I would put that yoga is a democracy of wellness. Yoga democratizes the very idea of wellness. Because as we understand, whether one is young or old, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are educated or uneducated, whether you belong to the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere, I believe, regardless of your caste, creed, religion, nation, you can practice yoga without any obstruction. And therefore, yoga, the very simplicity of yoga, in a way, underscores the element of democratization, which is so very critical for the modern times. Friends, yoga, as we understand, is not something which thinks in a linear manner. Yoga and the yogic sciences and the fundamentals of yogic science, if I may put it that way, is all encompassing. It is about allopathy, it is about Ayurveda, it is about the fundamentals of homeopathy as well, it is about physiotherapy, it is about occupational therapy, it is also about Tibetan medical sciences, Tibetan therapies. It is also about what we see in Africa, which is called as traditional healing practices. And therefore, yoga is a unifier in an otherwise fractured globe. In the present circumstances, this kind of a science which unites perhaps is the need of the hour. And therefore, I believe that yoga, if we look at the yogic sciences holistically, also teaches one how to internalize the external and how to externalize the internal. Yoga, in that sense, teaches you integration. Dr. Tomar was telling us as to how your inner self will also have to be in unison with the outer self. And this is extremely important for yogic sciences. Many practitioners of yoga also practice a very difficult yogasana, which is called as shavasana, a posture like a dead body, like a lifeless body. So to be having the life continued and to be taking a posture of a lifeless body, it's something very, very difficult, but at the same time, something very, very important. And when you practice these kinds of asanas, the teachers tell you, your coach invariably wants you to take your mind, which is taking your consciousness to every other part of your body. And therefore, when you take your consciousness from tip to toes, from all, to make it move around and visit every segment of your body, every part of your body, in a way that teaches you how to integrate, how to unite. And therefore, in a way, yoga is all about what your organization has called itself, which is united consciousness. Yoga not only teaches you integration, but also teaches you introspection. Because in yoga, you have to visit yourself. You have to examine your own thought process, your own mind, your own consciousness. And in a way, after that, connect yourself with the outer world. Bhagwan Buddha, before his departure, had appealed all his disciples with a simple mantra, which was Atma-deepa Bhava. Ye be the light. I believe yoga and the organization United Consciousness, the fundamentals with which you are working, in a way symbolizes Mahatma Gautam Buddha's message, which is Atma-deepo Bhava. On the eve of the International Yoga Day, let us resolve to march towards that goal of ye, that is yourself, becoming your own light. I wish the United Consciousness people every success in their endeavor to promote the yogic sciences through this 3-day, very uniquely organized conference on yoga. Once again, I thank the organizers and wish them every success. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, respected sir. And I love the way you explained that Shavasana, which generally is understood as a very easy asana. You said that it is one of the most difficult asana if you really do it in true sense. Thank you very much, sir, for telling all of us that the democratic importance of yoga. You said that yoga democratizes the idea of wellness and the importance of integration and introspection that yoga brings. We are so honored, sir, that you came here and you gave your presidential speech to us. I'm sure that in the light of yoga that sprouted from India, and as per the directions given by you in your speech, this event will reach its due success, sir. Thank you very much. We are highly honored, sir, with your presence. Thank you, sir.
We thank Dr. Vinay Sahasrabuddhe-ji. We are honored, sir, to receive your visionary, insightful and motivating thoughts, which will encourage us throughout the endeavor. And now, let's welcome our first. The unnecessary chasing of demands of the senses and mind lead us to many problems of stress, pain, anxiety, anger, etc. And we, the most sensitive beings, remain away from the true realization of happiness and peace. Project Self Bharat is an organization created for supporting individuals of any background to build a strong foundation for a lifelong wellness. We focus on a holistic view of human personality and aim to bring the body, mind, and spirit into a balanced and healthy state. Our vision is to empower individuals to find harmony, peace, and completeness in themselves. Our program includes the Bhagavad Gita classes. Bhagavad Gita classes is a systematic learning program for a detailed study of Bhagavad Gita. It aims to provide a world-class education program and knowledge base for Bhagavad Gita. In this program, we include the deep learning, a systematic learning program for a detailed study of Bhagavad Gita, inspiring thoughts, inspiring and uplifting weekly messages based on the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, Gita Sadhana, weekly studied practices based on the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, scientific connections, exploration of the concepts in modern science and management that are relevant to the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Sanskrit Musing, a systematic analysis of the Sanskrit terms used in Bhagavad Gita. Project Self also run Vedanta classes. This is a systematic learning program for the study of Vedanta, one of the world's most ancient, broadest, highest and deepest spiritual vision. Project Self Bharat aims to provide holistic wellness program for the overall development of human beings. We offer programs on inculcating human values and moral elevation through the study of Indian scriptures. We encourage good health and well-being by providing the classes on yoga and meditation. All our programs are based on the real challenges and problems faced by the people of 21st century. We are logical and scientifically minded, and the sessions we provide are rooted in a scientific approach. Our language is not religious, contemplative or mystical, but that of a common person. We believe in universal tolerance and we accept all religions' traditions as true. Our approach is the assimilation of all and not the exclusivity of one. Our programs and services are open to people of any background, irrespective of nationality, religion, and professional background. Akshara Kids Academy, a unique play school which aims at providing integrated development of child, incorporated for imbibing Indian values and Western acumen. We provide a unique opportunity for child to bring out their creativity and give them an environment to enhance their physical, emotional, and spiritual intelligence. We offer excellent facilities for your child to bring out the best in him through safe and supportive environment, wide range of equipment and trained, experienced staff. We extend your child's knowledge by teaching him English, Hindi, and Sanskrit. Our mission is to create a magnificent mix of culturally elevated, professionally groomed, personally dynamic, technically sound, academically excellent, emotionally intelligent, spiritually sublime, and physically fit world inhabitants, responsible citizens, and good human beings. Akshara Kids Academy strives to shape the future of unprivileged and underprivileged kids having urge of learning. Kindly lend your hand too in this yajna. It's my privilege to welcome and introduce Yogacharya Dr. Anand Bal Yogi Bhavani. He is Director of the Center for Yoga Therapy Education and Research and Professor of Yoga Therapy at the Shri Balaji Vidyapith University, Pondicherry. He is the Chairman of the International Center for Yoga Education and Research at Ananda Ashram, Pondicherry. and Yoga Anjali Natyalam, the Premier Institute of Yoga and Carnatic Music in Bharatnatyam in Pondicherry. He is a gold medalist in Medical Studies MBBS with postgraduate diploma in both Family Health and Yoga and the Advanced Diploma in Yoga. A fellow of the Indian Academy of Yoga, he has authored 9 DVDs and 25 books and 21 competitions on yoga. He is a classical Indian vocalist, percussionist, music composer and choreographer of Indian classical dance. He is a recognized PhD guide for yoga therapy and is the first Indian to be recognized as an IAYT certified yoga therapist by the International Association of Yoga Therapists USA. He attended conferences in UK, USA, Italy, Malaysia, Germany, Switzerland, Canada, New Zealand, etc. He is an honorary advisor to the International Association of Yoga Therapists, Australian Association of Yoga Therapists, Worldwide Yoga Foundation. He is a member of numerous experts committees of the Ministry of Ayush, including a National Board for Promotion of Yoga and Naturotherapy, Expert Committee for Celebration of International Yoga Day, and the Yoga and Diabetic Program. He is a consultant resource person for the WHO Collaborative Center in Traditional Medicines in New Delhi. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome and put your hands together for Dr. Anand Bal Yogi Bhavan.
Namaskar, Vanakkam, Namaste, Swagatam, Suprabhat, Bonjour, Buongiorno, Buonasera, Buonanotte, depending on which part of the world you're logging in from. Gives me such great pleasure to be here as part of this most amazing, truly international conference organized by United Consciousness International. Today I'm going to be giving you a few thoughts on the concept of Nada Yoga. Nada Yoga is an understanding of the power of vibration, how vibration makes up everything in this cosmos. That vibration that could be understood as pure energy, and that pure energy that preceded all creation. Hence, the great Yoga Maharishi Patanjali tells us, Tasya Vachakaha Pranavaha. The vibrational essence of the cosmic pure consciousness of Ishvara is the Pranava. What is this Pranava? The Pranava is the combination of the Akara, Ukara, Makara. Akara, Ukara, Makara. When it comes together, it is becoming the Omkara. So the Akara, Ukara, Makara becoming the Omkara is the power of the Pranava. So when we want to attune ourselves, when we want to harmonize ourselves, the key is the usage of the Pranava. A very simple way is to adopt what in our tradition, the Gitananda tradition codified by my father Yoga Maharishi, Dr. Swami Gitananda Giri, and sustained and nourished by my beloved mother, Ammaji Meenakshi Devi Bhavanan. In this tradition, the Pranava Pranayama, where we utilize the aspect of the 3 parts of the lungs, low, mid, and high, focusing the mind to energize the low, mid, and upper parts of the body, and to harmonize the 3 aspects of our existence, Sthula, Sukshma, and Karana Sharira, bringing them all together. The Akara Nada, harmonizing the Sthula Sharira and the lower part of the body. When we breathe into the lower part of the lungs, and we breathe out with the sound of that a guttural sound, a basal sound coming from the diaphragm. When we work on the mid-chest region, we breathe in. And when we breathe out with the sound of ooh, energizing the middle part of the body, the Sukshma Sharira, as we breathe in, and then out with the sound ooh. And then the upper part of the body, the head and the neck, and connecting to the Karana Sharira, the causal existence, with the Makara Nada. Breathing into the upper part of the lungs and breathing out. And then combining it as we breathe into the low, mid, and upper parts of the lungs. And then we breathe out. So whenever you feel disconnected, whenever you feel you are not you, whenever you feel alone and lonely and down and depressed, demotivated, well, 3 rounds of breathing into the low and then ah, 3 rounds of the mid and ooh, 3 rounds of the upper breathing and and then complete breathing 3 rounds with the and immediately you are harmonizing yourself. We have done immense research in Pondicherry showing how this Pranava Pranayama done from the sitting and done from the lying down also can enhance our relaxation response, bringing down the blood pressure, bringing down the heart rate, bringing down your oxygen consumption and the load on the heart. What amazing tools through the use of the Pranava. The second concept I wanted to share with you today is to do with the use of the Panchakshara Japa of Om Namah Shivaya. It is said by the great Siddha Tirumular, who has given us 3,000 verses, an encyclopedia of yoga called the Tirumandiram, and he describes the Panchakshara Japa of Om Namah Shivaya as being the Pancha Akshara, the syllables for the lower centers, Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipuraka, Anahata, Vishuddha, and Agnya. And when you go through these lower 5, Nama, Shivaya, and the Om taking you into Agnya and beyond into the Anda chakras. The Pinda chakras are the physical chakras that are related to our spine, the 5 spinal centers. The Anda chakras are the cosmic centers that don't have a physical correlation. They are metaphysical, transphysical. So when we chant Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, what we are doing is we are working with these energies. Mooladhara with the Na, related to the earth element, Prithvi, solidarity, cohesiveness, groundedness. To be grounded is so important. Ma is to do with the Swadhisthana, giving us fluidity, dexterity, adaptability. She is the sound with the Manipuraka, giving us the power, passion, motivation to go forth and do what is to be done. Va is the sound of the Anahata, where you're expanding your heart. Your heart, your hands are an extension of the heart. Can we extend our heart to give a warm embrace to the whole of the cosmos? Can we be so large-hearted that the whole cosmos can be felt with our heart as we give a massive hug? And that is where the Va is giving us the empathy, the compassion, the understanding. So you have the Na, Ma, Shi, Va, and the Ya is where the Vishuddha or the Vishuddhi chakra is brought into play, enhancing our communication to be the purest of the communication it can be. And this is why when we sing, for example, this Panchakshara, it could be done as a mantra japa. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Or you can bring in a bit of the Bhakti Yoga Marga by making it a bhajan. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om. When we bring the Panchakshara, we are working with the energy centers. We are opening up our connectivity to the centers. We often talk about activating the chakras. The chakras are already active. we are disconnected to the chakras. And through the power of mantra, through the power of sound, nada, we are able to reconnect. Because what is the link? You have nada. Nada is the pure vibration, unmanifest pure vibration. And kala is the drama of this world. All the dramatic manifestation that we are experiencing as we play our role on this planet Earth, as an earthling. But in between lies the bindu, the bindu kala. And that is the flow. So what we are in is the kala. We are in the drama. We are at the stula sharira. We are caught in the gross existence. That which is impermanent, anitya, that which is asuchi, that which is dukkha. And what do we need to do? We need to go from anitya to nitya. We need to go from asuchi to suchi. And we need to go from the anatma to the atma. The journey back is what the power of the Nada Yoga is all about. Utilizing the human capability to choose how we want to intone the sound. What is our mental focus when we make the sound? And this is why these are not just religious mantras. These are spiritual passwords. To get into a Zoom room, you need a passcode these days. To get into your ATM, you need a PIN number. All of these are the PIN code. They are the passcode. They are the password. To connect, reconnect to the beautiful energies of the chakras. And through that, reconnect ourselves as the individual with the cosmos. Because when we are focused on me, we get stuck. And then we feel all alone and we feel lonely. When we expand our consciousness, we move from being alone and lonely to all one. And the journey from alone to all one is what this is about. I will end with a small practical thing that you can all do, because we all have a lot of stress. Stress in the abdominal region, stress in the chest, stress up in the head and the neck region. How do you release this tension? By the use of sound. So at the abdominal region, keeping your hands on the lower part of the chest, the diaphragmatic region, we make a sound. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. You know, a good belly laugh, it relieves all the butterflies in the stomach. The sinking feeling in the stomach. You know, when you're intense, oh my God, I have to be on live. What am I going to do? I have to be on stage. How will I perform? All of that. Ha, 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 ha. Performance anxiety can be kicked out. The second is relationship anxiety and stress in the chest region. How do you get rid of it? Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. You know, you have to give, be the best giver, like Santa Claus. Ho, 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 Santa Claus, yeah. And then you come up into the head and the neck, which is where we get stuck. I am this big guy, I am the director, I am the vice chancellor, I am the yoga guru. And we get so caught up with our status anxiety. And you have to let go. And the sound is he, 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 he. So we had ha, 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 ho, 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 he, 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 he. And all of this anxiety is the result of the survival instinct, abhinivesha klesha in the brainstem. So we address that, we go, me, 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 me. And then we want to shift from that survival mode into the living mode. And that is where the intellect comes in, the buddhi comes in. Di, 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 di. So we have shifted from autopilot to manual pilot. We have shifted from survival-based mode to living-based mode. Here, unconsciousness, here consciousness, from the me to the thee, we have shifted. And then we realize all of this is big maya, all this is a big play. It is just for the bhoga, but we need the apavarga, we need the liberation. And so we say, go, 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 go. And we throw all the tensions out. So I'll end with one full round. Join me wherever you are. Ha, 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 ho, 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 he, 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 me, 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 thee, 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 go, 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 go. And with that, we let go of all the tension by using the nada. When you express the sound, it induces relaxation. Anxiety, stresses, phobias, you throw them all away. And you can start to just be yourself in your own Sukhasthana. So with that, I conclude my session on Nada Yoga, a practical approach here. And I thank United Consciousness for this wonderful opportunity. And I hope you will all keep this in mind and take home the message. Just be yourself through the power of Nada. Dhanyavadaha, Danke, Mercy, Vanakkam, Nandri.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ananda Balyogi. It was such a blissful journey into Nad Yoga, and it really was a treat to the soul. And the way you elaborated the importance of Pranav Pranayama, Panchaksharam Japa, Nad Bindu Kala, and understanding that we need to connect and tune into unmanifested vibrations from this drama called life on this planet called Earth. Thank you very much. It was a pleasant journey, and I'm so sure that people who are watching, we have got registrations from around 50 countries of the world. I'm sure that everybody must have understood the basics, initial understanding of Nad Yoga through your amazing discourse. Thank you, Erika. Thank you.
Dhanyavadaha.
Thank you.
On behalf of United Consciousness, I thank Dr. Anand Bal Yogi Bhavani to come onto the platform of United Consciousness and sharing his views. Thank you so much.
Marco is the advisor for Croatia at the European Yoga Council, member of European Yoga Federation, and international advisor of the World Yoga Council. He first meets Eastern philosophies in the mid-80s, and since then, in his rich life experience, he had the opportunity to meet and work with many great teachers from many different traditions. Marco received his education in yoga from Carlo Patrian, the teacher who, after spending many years in India in contact with the most renowned yoga teachers of the 19th and 20th centuries, received the honorary title of Yoga Ratna and was the first person who brought yoga to Italy in the late 50s. Marco, after several years of study in direct contact with his teacher and mentor Carlo, received the diploma of yoga teacher in Milan at Carlo's Instituto Yoga. Marco traveled all around the world, from Middle East to India, from Africa to America, and throughout his researches, he came into contact with a variety of styles and traditions, such as Iyengar Yoga, Shivananda Yoga, and his favorite, Ashtanga Vinayasa Yoga. Marco moved to Croatia in 2005, where he was invited to teach at Nava Yoga Center as a senior teacher. At Nava, he developed the first Croatian training program for yoga teachers according to the high international standards of European Yoga Federation, Yoga Alliance, and International Yoga Federation. Later, in 2007, at Sangha Yoga Center, he worked as co-director of the studio and as director of Gaya Yoga Teacher Training. In early 2012, he opened the Pink Elephant Yoga House with his wife Petra, and with her, created a new program for yoga teachers called Pink Elephant Yoga Institute. The institute is registered by the European Yoga Federation and recognized by World Movement for Yoga and Ayurveda and World Yoga and Ayurveda Community. Marco is often invited to teach as a guest teacher in many different countries. He constantly collaborates with many teachers and in particularly with Swami Suryananda, also known as Mario Bianchi, with whom he is bounded by a profound respect and a long-term friendship. Welcome, Marco ji.
Namaste and welcome to this short yoga session. We're going to practice some very simple asanas, but very effective for our health. So let's start right away by lying on the floor and taking a couple of deep inhalations and exhalations. just to bring the awareness in. And now let's start with the first asana, Pavanmuktanasana, by bringing the knees toward the chest, hugging them, and pressing toward the chest. Let's be aware of the combined movement of the chest, synchronized with the breath, and the movement of the knees toward the chest. All together, we are producing a very healthy massage of the inner organ of the belly cavity. And this is very important for the health of our entire digestive system. Continue to press the knees, but try also to move the tailbone in the opposite direction in order not to arch the lower back. Continue to breathe long and deep. At any point, you can also close the eyes to bring more awareness inward. And then let's work symmetrically by keeping the right knee up and extending the left leg on the ground. Now we're stimulating more the function of the liver of the upper intestine. Still breathing long and deep. The breath is of major importance, so keep your breath long and deep, compensating the body effort with this relaxed and long and deep breath. Few more moments. And then let's switch, extending the right leg, bringing the left knee up. And so stimulating the correct function of spleen and pancreas, as well as the lower intestine, the colon. Keep the awareness also to the right leg that should be stretched, fully extended. A few more breaths. Let's come back to the full position, both knees, hugging them, and if it's possible, bring the head up. So maximum intensity, but again, do as per your capacity. So if it's too much, then keep the head down. Always we should practice all with our own capacity. Now, bring the arms down and keep the legs up, stretching them to 90 degrees. With Utthana Padasana, we are stimulating the wall of the belly muscles. And when the abdominal muscles are good toned, then that massage of the inner organ is happening also during our daily life. So also this is a very important posture. Continue to breathe long and deep. And then let's move our legs to 45 degrees. So we engage more the abdominal muscles, tonifying them correctly. Long and deep breath. And then let's come down to 30 degrees. Still breathing long and deep. If you can do up to 5, 6, 7 breaths here would be great. But again, as per your capacity, and the moment you can not hold the legs up anymore, just drop them down and come to Shavasana, the rest pose. Restore the natural rhythm of heart and natural rhythm of the breath. And when these two rhythms are restored, then we can do another posture that is very effective for our health. Bringing the hips up and the legs to 45 degrees, holding the hips to the side. and spreading the weight of the body onto your elbows, upper arms, and shoulders. Slightly bring the chin toward the chest. And this is a very effective posture for the health of the entire circulatory system, cardiovascular system, for your heart. And by bringing the chin toward the chest, we're also stimulating the correct function of the thyroid gland and therefore the immune system. Only patients with a severe heart problem should avoid this posture. Otherwise, it's a very healthy posture for everybody. Keep breathing long and deep. And you can stay here for 10, 15, 20 breaths, 25 breaths. Now we exit the posture slowly, bringing the legs down, extending them on the ground, and turning to our belly, extending the feet to the side, toes out, heels in, and bringing the forehead on the forearms. Few more moments in this resting posture called crocodile posture or Makarasana. Bring again the awareness to the synchronized movement of the chest and the breath. Very good. And now let's bring our feet together. The elbows just below the shoulders. And let's practice the Sphinx pose. So here we try to elevate the heart, but it's more an internal movement than an external movement, creating space between the sternum and the pubic bone. Try to feel comfortable in this position, but also stable. And at any point, if you feel that you're completely at ease, then you can extend your arms. But if you feel that there's too much compression on the lower back, just please bring the elbows down. Otherwise, stay here. Have a nice stretch of your arms, nice elevation of your heart. Still breathing long and deep. Very good. Slowly bring your elbows down and come back for a moment to Makarasana. Relaxing fully. Okay, gently let's exit the posture. Sit on the right side. Now extend your left leg, bend the right one, align your chest to the left leg, and slowly bring your chest down as per your capacity. If you're just coming here, just relax your head. If you're more flexible, you will be more down. What important is that you're not feeling any compression or any pain in any part of the body. Just a nice stretch. Bring again the awareness to your breath. That is still deep and long. Few more breaths. Then come up and just switch the position of the legs. Extending the right, bending the left, aligning the chest to the right leg, and then slowly bringing your chest down, relaxing into the posture. Every yoga posture is a combination of extension and relaxation as per the sage, great sage Patanjali, mentioning Sthira Sukha, comfortable and stable, defining the yoga asana. Few more breaths. Good. And let's come up and conclude with the one of the most effective posture of the entire yoga postures, that is called Paschimottanasana, with the stretching of the whole back part of the body. Paschima means west or back part of the body. And this is Paschimottanasana, means Uttanasana means the intense stretch. Paschima, the west or the back part, so it's the intense stretch of the whole back part of the body. Few more moments. Very good. Exit. Come to a comfortable cross-legged sitting position. Standing your arms in Chin Mudra, thumbs and rings and fingers together. Bring slightly the chin to the chest. Few more breaths here. Then hands together in front of your heart. Inhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste and thank you very much.
On behalf of United Consciousness team, we would like to offer our gratitude to Marcoji for sharing his views and his experiences in the journey of yoga. Thank you once again.
We all need happiness, and yoga is the way for that much needed happiness factor in life. This is quoted by Shri Shri Ravi Shankar. I find immense pleasure in introducing the multi-talented personality. He's a mechanical engineer, yoga therapist, academician, and a writer. He is Guruji Dr. H.R. Nagendra, the founder, Vice Chancellor of Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhana Sansthan, a deemed university located in Bangalore. He is the best known as the personal yoga consultant of Shri Narendra Modi ji and is a recipient of Yoga Shri title from the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. He has authored 35 books and over 100 research papers on yoga. The Government of India awarded him honor of the Padma Shri in 2016 for his contributions to society. In 1975, he became the National Secretary of Yoga Siksha Vibhag. He also held the post of Secretary of Vivekananda Kendra Yoga Therapy and Research Committee and the Director of Indian Yoga Institute. Dr. Nagendra is the pioneer of cyclic meditation, a yogic technique where the practitioner performs slow, conscious physical movements. He claims the technique is useful in treating illnesses like stress management, asthma, cancer, and many more. I owe the privilege to welcome Guruji Dr. H.R. Nagendra ji to share his views.
My dear brothers and sisters, thank you all. I congratulate the United Consciousness team for organizing this wonderful conference and the inaugural speech of dear Vinay Sahasrabudhe, who brought to fore the essential dimensions of yoga as a democratic thing for bringing united consciousness. Rightly, the organization is doing wonderful work on various fronts, which has been shown so vividly through your video clips. Congratulations. We are soon reaching our 7th International Day of Yoga, and also it is the World Music Day. And it was so nice that our dear Ananda Balayogi ji was able to bring forth the aspects of Nada Yoga. And it is very educative. Also, the way Marco demonstrated is also exceedingly good. Congratulations for all these organizations. As you know, the wonderful speech that our Honorable Prime Minister gave in UNO, bringing the dimensions of yoga as not merely a set of asanas or pranayama, but as a way of life. And Vasudha Eva Kutumbakam is the objective of yoga, and that is what is reflected in this United Consciousness movement. Consciousness of each one of us is mentioned as Purusha by Patanjali. It's a state beyond space, time, consciousness, causation. Klesha karma vipakashayaihi aparamrishtaha purusha visheshaha ishvaraha, it says. He called it as Ishvara. No, Purusha Vishesha. It is a state of infinite bliss, infinite knowledge, infinite power, infinite freedom. And the world in which we live is the Prakriti. And the modern science has fathomed the grossest aspect of this Prakriti, that is the physical world. The modern science over the 400 years has unraveled the mysteries to understand what this physical world is made of. We all now know today that every object is made of molecules, molecules made of atoms, atoms made of protons, neutrons, electrons, fundamental particles. Ultimately, it is energy, works. At one time, we thought matter and energy are two distinct entities which have no relation. Patanjali also in his yoga has said that Prakriti and Purusha are two distinct things and they have got mixed up. The goal is to go back to the Purusha, that is Prati Prasava. Prasava has taken place and the Prati Prasava should do. Similarly, modern science has understood that matter and energy are not two distinct things, they are one. Matter energy conversion is possible. From matter you can get energy, from energy you can get matter. We also understood the laws that govern this physical universe. The laws of Newton, which is called as the classical mechanics, it is featured by deterministic approach. Everything in the world, according to Newton, is determined. If I leave the object, 1 second is going to come 32 feet down. If I launch a rocket, it's towards the moon, every second, a microsecond can be tracked by mathematical precision. This is called the determinacy. But when we went to the deeper levels of electrons wheeling around the nucleus, with speeds nearing the velocity of light, then Newtonian mechanics will not hold. If you leave an electron, it may come down, it may go up. It will go to the front or the back or the right or the left. And in fact, an electron develops like a globe. So if I leave the electron here, you cannot say where it will be after 1 second. It may be here, it may be here, it may be there, it may be far away. Determinacy collapses. You enter into what we call the probability. We can only talk about the probability of finding the electron. Here is 1%, here it is 0.01%, and so on. This probability can be mathematically obtained by the Schrödinger equation, by the probability function. Therefore, we have fathomed the entire physical world. And we thought for quite some time, for years, from 1970s and 80s, that this is all. Since we have understood everything about the atoms and the molecules and everything is energy, we don't have to posit anything else like a prana or the mind or the emotion or the intellect. There's nothing like gods or goddesses, devils or pishachas, and all this thing is done and we have understood everything. They came the wonderful book by Fritz of Capra, which many of you might have understood, The Turning Point, in which he has clearly postulated the entire growth of the scientific principles and the laws that govern them as was developed systematically, and he brought it historically in a nice story form, wonderfully well. Then he says that the time has come, we have to go from the physical to things which are beyond. And this is what the ancient masters in India had developed. Our ancient masters, because they had started thousands and thousands of years back, not lakhs. Modern science is only 400 years. So we have to yet to fathom. We also at one stage were like this. We thought that everything is only physical. Life is for enjoyment. So earn the money to enjoy life through the sense pleasures. You earn the right royal way. If you can't, do it hook or crook. Ghrutam kuptva, ghrutam pitva, ghrutam pibet, runam krutva, ghrutam pibet. Take loans and enjoy life. When you die, who cares? What happens? That is the Charvaka philosophy. From there we grew and grew to understand the whole of this creation. And you know that this creation is made of 5 layers, 5 fields. The physical world, as we know, is made of the electromagnetic field. And then the more pervasive than that is the subtle fields called the bioplasmic fields, the astral field, and the information fields. Then above that is the all-pervasive, the bliss field. In the Upanishad, they are called as koshas. Annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, anandamaya kosha. And all these koshas are in continual interaction. A change in one is going to bring the change. And change is the feature of this creation. It's called Jagat. Jagatyan Jagat. And Patanjali called it as the Drushya, called it the Prakriti. And that which is beyond, that which is infinite, is the Purusha, pure consciousness. So Patanjali called, as I said, Klesha Karma Vipakashayehi Aparamrushtaha Purusha Visheshaha Ishvaraha. We called it as Ishvara. We called it as Purusha. We called it as Kaivalya. We called it as Swarupa. That's our real thing. And that is our real home. And for the development of these dualities came the Advaita, where Shankaracharya said these two are not two distinct entities, they have a connection. Purnamadaha, Purnamidam. This Purusha is Purna. This Prakriti is also Purna. What is the relation? Purnat Purnam Mudachyate. This Purna comes out of that Purna. When this comes out of that Purna, what happens to that? Will it become a zero? X minus X is zero. No. X minus X is zero is the law of the finite world. Infinity minus infinity could be infinity. So Purnasya Purnam Adaya, Purnam eva avasishyate. That Purna remains untouched. Therefore, when this entire creation, the 5 layers, 5 fields, the grass, the subtle, and the causal layers, emerge from that ultimate reality, which is beyond mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, which is beyond space, time, causation, and which does not change at all. That is our original state. So, as Swami Vivekananda said, what is the goal of life? The goal of life is to manifest the divinity more and more. These 5 layers, 5 koshas in all of us, they all have imbalances. So those imbalances have to be corrected and we have to bring the balance. And that imbalance is called as disease. And Patanjali said it starts with avidya. avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhiniveshaha, kleshaha. We call them as klesha. Klesha, the imbalance, afflictions. And these have to be set right. So, avidya could be very mild, moderate, severe, or dormant. Avidya kshetram uttaresham prasupta tanu vichinna udaranam, as it says. So, if you don't do that, avidya is going to come down and come up as ego, I. The I notion could be even in the best of the philanthropic ego. And Bhagavad Gita, Damba, Darpa, Abhimana, three levels which Bhagavad Gita tells. A philanthropic person is there and he wants to give and does a lot of charity. But everywhere his name should come. That is bartering the sharing and giving with name and fame. So it can come down and say that it can become very things and rajasic, and this is called darpa. It's arrogance. From ostentation we come to arrogance. In arrogance, you are very rich, you have a lot of energy, you have a lot of education, you have a lot of power, but you want to control everybody. Even a grass should not move without my order. Nat trunamapi chalati. That is second. Third is the aspect of conceit. That a person doesn't have anything, but still he wants to blabber around. Empty vessels, more noise. So this is how the ego will manifest and becomes grosser and grosser. Then comes the emotions, attractions, repulsion, then anger, greed, jealousy, hatred, infatuation, arrogance, all these things start coming up and bringing fear more and more within us. And these are all violent imbalances that take shape. That at the mind level. Then it comes to the physical body, abhinivesha, and then clinging to life and being afraid of everything, and we want to sustain life. This is the Patanjali's concept of what you call creation or prasava. The whole goal is to go back. It's called pratiprasava. So the pratiprasava can take up by removing all this, avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha, all these things which are brought forth, which are gross, subtle, and the causal, they all have to be purified. So this all can be done by gaining control over the mind. According to Patanjali, the entire creation is nothing but chitta vrittis. That is the modifications of the mind. The modifications of mind consists of the 5 dimensions: pramana, viparya, vikalpa, nidra, smriteha. That is the right knowledge, the wrong knowledge, and the blabbering. They all are there in our wakeful world and the dream world. But when you go to deep sleep, don't think that the mind has become zero. No. Mind has gone into the unconscious form. This is called abhava pratyaya. Abhava pratyavalamana vrittihi nidra, he said. That is the unconscious unmanifestation of mind. Then the whole store of our memory, they are called the samskaras. They are called the various dimensions of the sanchita karma, then agami karma, the prarabdha karma. They are called as karma avashesha. They are the imprints. They are the manifestations of our entire dimension in the memory store. That's what, even that is considered to be the chitta vrittis. All these chitta vrittis have to be cleansed. Then only you go to the kaivalya. Then only you go back home. So that is the whole dimension that's talked about. So we work at all these levels. Work at the body level, prana level, mind level, emotional level, intellectual and the spiritual basis. So Swami Vivekananda said 4 streams of yoga: Prana yoga, Raj yoga, Bhakti yoga, Karma yoga. What we say is yoga today is just asanas. But asanas form a very small part of the Ashtanga yoga of Patanjali. Yama, Nema, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. Culmination of the Ashtanga Yoga is Samadhi. Then you have advanced Samadhis, various higher dimensions, advanced Raja Yoga, in which you have 8 types of Samadhi he talks about. Vitarka, Vichara, Ananda, Smitanugama, Sampragnataha, Tadanyaha, Sampragnataha, he says. Finally, when the purification is total, all our samskaras, the karma avsheshas are completely erased, then you are in the state of complete kaivalya. That is, you go back to the Purusha. So this is the whole journey. So continuously we must go on purifying and purifying. That purification, the process of bringing balance. Imbalances to be removed. Vada, Pitta, Kapha, Tamas, Raja, Sattva. And that balance is going to shine forth the tremendous capacities that we have. And this is how we have to live the life. That's manifestation of the wonderful divinity that we all have. So Swami Vivekananda rightly said that you can choose any one of them, or 2 or 3 or all of these. And he said, be free from all the bondages, free from tensions, stresses, diseases, and bondages. And that is the goal of life, he said. But the great master, Sri Aurobindo, he said, in the modern times, we need all 4 to come. Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, because we are faced with all the challenges. Challenges not only at the body level in the form of diseases, tensions, and stresses, but in the terms of the mind, restless mind, emotional upsurges, deep-rooted conflicts, all levels it is there, and you need a total understanding, a total approach, called it as integral yoga. So that's what we adopt in our university, and we have developed this entire program into an academic mold. As our Honorable Prime Minister said, the celebration should not be on one day, but we have to put that into our life. How to do that? Bring it to the education system. And that's what we have to do. So we started bringing this yoga modules, yoga syllabus, yoga lesson plan, right from the pre-primary level. In our country, NCTE, National Council of Teacher Educators, trains 13.5 lakh teacher educators every year. Yoga modules have been made. Then comes the NCERT, in which we have primary, middle, and high school. For them, we made different programs. Then coming into the higher education, we made these things. With the help of all the yoga masters in the country, we brought this. Therefore, we have a complete system that has been put into the academic mold. That's how the entire set of children right from beginning will start learning the holistic vision, the united consciousness of the entire world. And we should all become one world family. So International Day of Yoga, the 7th one, is a great opportunity for all of us to remember this, practice that, and bring that cohesive vision. So rightly, your wonderful team has been able to bring forth the series of conferences, and I wish you all the best. What we have to do is that we have to spread. Ministry of Ayush last time got a target of 20 crores of people in India to practice the yoga protocol, common yoga protocol called CYP. This year, I was asking them, how many people were you able to achieve? As per the self-reported thing, we were able to achieve 13 crores of people to practice the CYP. This year, we should cross even 20 crores. It becomes easier with the technology we have, like what we are doing. Sitting at home, we can do the practice. So 21st morning, 6:40, we will have the wonderful speech by our Honorable Prime Minister. Then 7 to 7:40 is the common yoga protocol practiced, governed by the Director of MDNIY, Dr. Baswareddy ji. And then we have the Udbodhan from various yoga masters, and we will have a wonderful program. And after that, we can have any other program that we want. And our goal is that we should have more than 20 crores of people to do that in India. From all over the world, people also should participate in every country. And Vikrant, you have been doing a fantastic work. I'm so happy that through this united consciousness, you bring this entire consciousness, which is essentially the feature of our Indian yoga lore, to everyone. We should build a big family, Vasudha Eva Kutumbakam, bringing synergy of all the yoga institutions throughout the world on various fronts. We can all work on various fronts, maybe asana, pranayama, mudra, bandha, kriya, meditation, and Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, anything, everything. And we can specialize, continuously go on specializing in various fronts. And this year, the theme is Yoga for Wellness. And as you know, wellness, health is not merely absence of an infirmary or a disease. As WHO says, it's a state of well-being at the physical level, mental level, emotional level, social level, and at the spiritual level. This all can be brought through yoga. And you have been having that wonderful goal. And thank you very much. I congratulate you, Vikrant Singh Tomar ji, doctor, and I wish you all the best and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. And the speech that you made is so deep that probably even I would like to listen it twice again. And I'm sure people from different parts of the world, whosoever heard this speech, they will know that if this whole 2 days, even 19th and 20th of June, has to be summarized, probably your speech has summarized whole Patanjali Yoga Sutra from matter to consciousness, from all 5 layers of our existence, from 3 bodies, from different realities, everything you incorporated in a comprehensive integral yoga also. So we are so much indebted, sir. Thank you very much for your time. And we very humbly will keep on requesting you for guidance in future also, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you,
Most
sir.
welcome. I'm with you anytime. Please
Sir,
be
sir.
with me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We get the nectar only after Sagar Manthan. So now it's time to get the nectar from our esteemed masters. It's time for panel discussion on the topic, the real meaning of yoga. I feel privileged in welcoming our guest. Our first guest today is from Norway, Ms. Ingunn Haugen. She is professor in Department of Psychology, University of Trondheim. She has done yoga teachers training, coaching training. She is a clinical psychologist, PhD in Mass Communication Media Studies, University of Bergen. She has done many research projects like Hippocampus, promoting mental health and well-being among young people through yoga, yoga for employees, yoga and mindfulness in school, and many others. She is International Advisor, Europe International Seminar, Ujjain Yoga Life Society, member of International Association of Communication and Research, member of International Association of Media and Communication Research, member of European Communication Research Association. Her recent publication includes the Oxford Handbook of Digital Technology in Society, Oxford University Press 2020, Yoga for Psychology Wellbeing in Modern Life and Context, Revitalizing Audiences, Innovation in European Audience Research, London, Yoga in Human Life in a Digital Age, Yoga, and many more. She has attended many national and international conferences. Our next panelist is from Kenya, South Africa, Namvati. She is an advertising creative writer, creative director turned yoga professional. As an experienced internationally certified yoga teacher with over 1,000 hours teaching experience, she has been practicing yoga for over 18 years. She teaches in Anglophone East Africa and Francophone West Africa. Her styles includes intuitive Vinyasa flow, alignment-based Hatha, office yoga, restorative yoga, and yin yoga. Each of her classes incorporate a holistic approach to yoga using breath work, pranayama, meditation, mindfulness, energy work, massage, and aromatherapy. She is also a certified kinesthetic and Reiki therapist and has a Bachelor's of Arts in Psychology and Philosophy. Namvati's vision is to be a healer and a teacher in service to others, helping transform and restore physiological and psychological well-being through the gift of yoga. Today in the panel we also have with us Ms. Anna Gelovikova. She is founder and chairman of Slovak Indian Friendship Society and coordinator of the projects. As director of Mental Health Center in Liptov, Jakubovany, she has been leading training for the psychophysical and psychospiritual awareness. She has developed the relaxation and stress management training methods. She has been running yoga courses in many towns in Czechoslovakia since last 52 years. Dr. Anna is also a chairman of Slovak Anti-Poverty Network and executive coordinator, European Anti-Poverty Network in Brussels. She's a co-founder and chairman of Parliament World's Religious Slovakia. Grace Minho from China. She graduated in applied mathematics and became a full-time yoga teacher in 2009. She has explored therapeutical, physical and metaphysical dimensions of yoga in India, combining her learnings with the traditional Chinese practices such as Tai Chi. Grace was initiated to Birthlight Simple, Holistic and Highly Efficient Approach in 2012. From 2014, she regularly organized Birthlight teacher training courses in China. Grace works with multiple Shanghai postnatal centers and maternity hospitals to support women in the pregnancy, birth, and postnatal journeys. She is co-founder of Udisa Biocentric Society and Jeshe Yoga. Today's panel discussion will be moderated by Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar, convener United Consciousness. Dr. Tomar is an acknowledged trainer, academician, scholar, writer, and a management consultant. He is a freelance trainer and served the cabinet ministers of state, MLAs, police officers, and tycoons of the business world. His aim and objective is universal brotherhood and happiness through harmonizing the knowledge from the ancient scriptures into our lives. So I welcome all our guests for panel discussion.
Good morning, friends. Good afternoon, good evening from whichever part of the world you are watching us. I, Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar, on behalf of United Consciousness, welcome all of you. I welcome Dr. Anna, Dr. Ingun. I welcome Ms. Grace in this panel discussion of the real meaning of yoga. As told by MEG from European Yoga Federation, she said that yoga is everything, but everything is not yoga. And we have seen later on that yoga has been reduced to mere stretching. So everybody has their own understanding of this divine wisdom of yoga. So to begin with this discussion, we acknowledge your presence also, Nyamvati ji from Kenya. So to begin with this discussion, I would first like to have a quick remark from everybody of you. What is your definition of yoga? Because you have lived your life in yoga and you get wisdom from your own definitions. So how do you see yoga? A quick remarks. I will begin with Professor Ingun. What is yoga for you? The topic of discussion is the true meaning of yoga. How do you see yoga? Quick remarks.
For me, yoga is a tool for human growth, to become a better human being. It's a way to develop skills. It's a holistic way of life.
Thank you very much. She says it's a holistic way of life and it's a tool for well-being. I'll come to Grace. Grace, how do you see yoga? What is yoga for you? You may need to unmute, Grace.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're done. It's done. Carry on.
I'm kind of nervous. So for me, yoga is a way how to, a technical approach to find my inner happiness and how to connect with my daily life. Also, how to connect with other people and also explore myself and also help the others find the way into their inner happiness. So it's a very holistic. It's the body and mind and emotional. So it's kind of a way to healing ourselves. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Grace mentioned that it's the connect between mind, body, and emotions. Connect with self. We'll be very happy to know your remarks, Dr. Anna. What is yoga for you?
For me, the yoga was for my professors during totalitarian regime, materialistic regime in previous Czechoslovakia. And my professor at Charles University told me when I informed them as a 17 years old girl that I wish to study psychology because I study yoga. And he told me yoga is top of psychology. You must learn also statistics, biology. And that time I didn't understand his sentence, top of psychology. But now I knew very good that for me it's not yoga way up, utan, some zigzag way, 4 steps up, then 2 steps down, fall down. But really it is this top state, psychic state. And I am very happy that we can together help each other move up and reach this top state of mind.
Dr. Anna said it's the top of psychology. It's the culmination of psychological understanding. That's amazing. Thank you. We have Navati ji. How do you perceive what is yoga in your definition? How you saw it?
I see it as this. Well, I have the same view as all the other wonderful panelists, and myself having a background as a psychologist as well as a yoga instructor. First and foremost, yoga for me has been a key instrument in bringing parts of oneself that are in conflict together in harmony. And if you look at how we operate in this world, a lot of us have inner conflict that then manifests itself as conflict between interpersonal conflict. And then that manifests as social conflict. And yoga is a tool to bring that conflict that starts with the self into harmony. We're walking around not fully self-aware and not fully having that safe space to see who we really are and embrace who we really are. So the practice, the holistic practice of yoga, because in the Western world, yoga is mostly just seen as the physical asana, but the holistic practice, the pranayama and the meditation and the yamas and niyamas, practicing all of those together brings one into full self-awareness and into a point where they know how to self-improve and how to become a little bit more united with who they are.
Thank you. So Navati ji said that it's removing inner conflict and creating harmony with self and surroundings. Thank you very much for a quick initial remarks. Now let's enter deep into the topic, the real meaning of yoga. So to begin with, let's begin from the beginning. So as I say, begin from the beginning, let's begin prenatal, before we take birth on this planet. So I will come to Ms. Grace from China. Grace, you are an expert of prenatal yoga, and they say that labor without pain. So would you give us an idea how this prenatal yoga works, and how can we, Lord Buddha said that birth is dukkha, it's a pain. So how do you work with yoga, prenatal yoga? Quick remarks from you about it. What is the science and philosophy of prenatal yoga? Over to you, Grace.
Could you say it again because I didn't hear you well?
I'll repeat again. Yes. Kindly tell me about the philosophy and science of prenatal yoga.
Okay. So we think the prenatal yoga and also birth and postnatal yoga is a continuous process. It's women during the pregnant and birth and postnatal is a continuous process. And the women, so basically there's a women become a new mother and then to welcoming the babies inside the belly and then come out. It's a continuous process. But for their transformation, so they from mom to be and become a new mother. So they have a lot of things to deal with, and the body changes, and also the mind changes. Also huge shift for them during the birth. So we use the prenatal yoga to help the women, to support them to go through the transformation during the pregnant and labor and go through the birth. Also, we use like a different technique. We use the breathing and also grounding practice and pranayama and the asanas for the pregnant women and also the relaxation or different technique or the Latha yoga sound practice to support the women to release all the stress or give them also ask them to find the affirmation because like the Liam once said like there's a lot of conflict inside, especially women during the prenatal time and go through the transformation time. They have a lot of conflict because in this special time, when we were in our mother's tummy, the experience also during our childhood time, all the things we go through when we get pregnant, we get birth, come to the labor or come to the post time, all the experience we did, all the traumatic things we experienced, it's become more obvious. And then the conflicts become more stronger, or stress become more stronger in this time. So basically the women fight, sometimes they fight with their identities. They want to be mother and they don't want to be, so there's a lot of conflict. So we prenatal yoga and really to help them. And so basically it's like a self-healing and also self-improvement. And with also
carry on, yes, Grace, carry on.
Also help them to like use the 8 limbs of yoga to help them to be to not harm themselves in thoughts, also in the other physical things, and to be nice to them, to self-care, to self-love, and to get bound better with the babies. And then
we understood from Grace that thank you, Grace. I said that what we understood from her points is that a conscious birth leads to a conscious life, and a conscious life leads to a happy life. And prenatal yoga helps you to be grounded through pranayama, relaxation, remove the trauma, as she also mentioned. And as we also understand, that child mirrors the thoughts and psychology of mother. So keeping mother relaxed, otherwise child will also mirror the trauma of the mother. Thank you very much, Grace, for giving valuable inputs. Now I'll go further. Once we are born, as Grace mentioned, that even before your birth, you should be exposed to yoga in the womb itself for a better life. Now I'll go to Professor Ingur. You have done lots of research on students. So how in further years of life, after birth, when students come to the colleges and different facets of life, how yoga contributes, what your research talks about?
The research that I have been working on recently, the Hippocampus, which is a research project to promote mental health and well-being among young people, we find many aspects of yoga that is important for young people. For example, it helps them to deal with their emotions, because youth is a very emotional age, emotional roller coaster. But also we found that they emphasize, the young people, very much how yoga allows them to relax. Relaxation becomes very important. And it's like they're very stressed, many of them, because there are so many demands on them from school, from society, from peers, from social media. So yoga allows them to relax, and being relaxed is more feasible to go inwards, to pay attention to who they are, what they feel, how they think, what's going on in their body, what's going on in their mind, what is going on in their soul even. So it's really a great tool for a lot of young people. And I wanted to say something. When we talk about the meaning, the real meaning of yoga, as yoga practitioners, as yoga scholars, we have ideas about what is the real meaning of yoga, like classical yoga, holistic yoga, with emphasis on yoga philosophy. But, people are maybe exposed to yoga at different ages for the first time. So like for young people, yoga can be play and fun. For children especially, and then for young people, it's a way of exploring themselves to cope with stress, especially also among professionals that I have also interviewed. It was a very good way to deal with stress. For elderly, for example, it could be a way to maintain health, to maintain a balanced life, flexibility. So I think also through different stages of life, yoga can have different meaning for people. And sometimes people in the West, especially who are exposed to what someone will call the plasticized version of yoga, where it's too much focus on asanas, a lot of people start there. But if they have good teachers, if they are exposed to more yoga, they will find different aspects of yoga important. And they realize that yoga is not just the asanas. It's all these yamas, niyamas, pranayama, meditation, focus. It's all of these aspects, and it becomes a way of life. So yoga, different stages of life for people, and whether they are beginners or more advanced, it will have different meaning. And maybe the yoga teacher is trying to convey something else. They think they know the real meaning of yoga, but then people are receiving it in their way and interpreting it. So I think in a way we have to be patient with people. When people start with yoga, then they are starting on a path, and their understanding of what is real yoga will change, especially if they have good yoga teachers.
Yes. Thank you. Professor Ingun said that it carries different meaning. For kids, it may be play and fun. For youth, it may be exploration and removal of the stress. You may begin with asana, but certainly you need to transcend later to reach the real meanings of yoga. It's about emotions, relaxation, and going inward. Thank you very much for sharing your research. Navathiji, you work with corporates who come to you for getting peace of mind and mind, bodies, the soul synchronization. What do you think people who are working in corporates nowadays, working in different facets of life, how yoga is helping them and how it can help them? More specific answer can help our audience to understand how they can be helped.
Okay, so I'll come back to my original point on conflict. So especially in the corporate way of life, we're finding ourselves just worldwide living in a very, or operating in a very sedentary way. This is naturally or directly in conflict with our natural way of being, which is movement-based lifestyle. So you find people sitting at a desk for endless hours, and while they're in their office, there's a lot of interpersonal conflict that comes up, i.e. politics at work. So the corporate sphere has a lot of these different actors and these different points of conflict. And now what I've seen in the offices that I have taught yoga in, and also in my own yoga practice before I became a teacher, I was working in the very competitive, very hostile industry of advertising for over a decade. And what I found within myself was when I had a solid regular yoga practice, and that went above and beyond the asana, but to all the other 8 limbs, I found I could keep myself centered and not be swayed by the waves of hostility that were happening, within the political sphere of the office. And I find now when I'm teaching offices, there's a lot of, especially in different industries, like the NGO industry, I teach a lot in that offices around there, and in the advertising, corporate advertising and marketing industry, a lot of politics, meaning a lot of people are mentally not feeling secure, and they're always in a fight or flight response. So I find when I teach in these settings, I'm enabling or empowering the students to know how to switch off their sympathetic nerve response and switch on their parasympathetic nerve response. And this goes into, first of all, stabilizing things like their blood pressure, their blood sugar. You know, there's actual physical manifestations of this that go to their overall physiological well-being. But more so, they're able to center themselves and their mental well-being so that the effects of stress, so that they respond to the effects of stress differently. Right. So that's generally what I found is the biggest impact of the stabilizing effect of yoga in corporate world.
So thank you very much, Nayavati ji. She said that corporate life has become so sedentary, lots of politics. So it is important to remain centered. That is the result of yoga, activating parasympathetic nervous system. That also helps you to control your blood pressure. So many aspects yoga can bring home. Now we'll go to Anna ji. Dr. Anna, you have been a practicing psychologist also, psychiatry, also you read, you studied. So my question for you is, people say that yoga brings peace of mind. How does it happen? I want our audience, because we are receiving questions from different places of the world. People want to know how yoga can bring mental peace. How it brings, actually.
It's a very important question because our nature is be not stressful, but peaceful. And we live such way of life which is strange to our nature. And that's why we are too much unbalanced and too much involved in the world and so on by outer sense organs and so on. So too much confusion inside, but the greatest confusion in our phenomenon or in our life is done because we are not born as complete and self-realized beings, but we should progress, not only horizontal level, that we should network, meet each other, communicate, and create one world, one happy, peaceful family. But we should move also upwards on the vertical level. And it is mental and psychological development, which has also some steps and stages. We know, for example, Patanjali model with 8 limbs and 8 degree is samadhi, enlightenment, and in this state we are completely peaceful, mahashanti state of mind and the state of consciousness. So, but to reach highest level, we should know how to progress on vertical level, or how to develop mental and spiritual development. And that's why we should now, and I am very thankful to United Consciousness Society, focus also on this vertical level, on this highest state of mind, which bring us peace, which bring us better use of mental potential, of mental capacity, and remove many kind of problems. Because when every person is on another stage, somebody is really maturated, somebody is at the beginning of maturation process, psychic process of maturation. So there is a great confusion because one see not only yoga but other kind of problems with his point of view, another with his point of view, and even only in the highest degree, when we are really enlightened, we can now understand and harmonize other people.
Thank
so my short answer should be is that we should now really help each other progress on the stair up.
Thank you. Dr. Anna said that peace is our real nature. Yoga helps us to remove confusion because we are not born perfect, but we are born to for our own evolution. So we should evolve vertically also instead of only horizontal evolution in this planet. Thank you very much. And she also mentioned about 8 limbs of yoga that leads to Mahashanti. So the steps we need to follow to get peace in life is those 8 limbs of yoga. Now I'm going to ask a very practical question from all guests. Whole world is watching us. They want to know two tips from everybody of you, what they should do from tomorrow onwards, instead of that, today onwards, for their own better being. So we'll begin from Grace. Grace, you put people into so many practices in prenatal yoga. So you may please brief us about only 2 suggestions, what people should practically do today onwards for better being, for well-being. 2 practical tips from every guest. So let's be very concise. Everybody will have 2 minutes around to explain 2 practices. So we'll be very happy to receive from you, Grace, 2 practices for holistic well-being.
So like a practical practice, like a...
Yes. You can mention it. Yes.
So I don't really understand your question. Is like a practical things or just words?
You can explain some tips for the people who for well-being. Yeah.
Okay. So like listen to your guests. So first of all, listen to your guests. So we can try first. So basically, it's help your guests make your guests have more awareness and also function better as we are aging. Like especially in this difficult time, everybody have like a problem with our digestion problem. So for example, you have a lot of stress actually from our organs, so that's why even for young people or for old people, and also because our organs as we are aging is not in the original place, it's go out of the original place. So the listen to the guests breathing is really help the organs go back to the place and also help release the stress.
I'm sorry, I'm stopping in between. How to listen to your organs?
Okay, that's what we are going to do right now. So just close your eyes. So we can try, everybody close your eyes. So
everybody can close, just carry on.
So we can start from the oral cavity. Because oral cavity is very easy, put your 2 hands. What you mean? 2 hands, very gently here. Like your hands is the mother's hands touching the baby's skin. So listen to your oral cavity. Bring the awareness to your oral cavity. Every time you inhale, create more space for your oral cavity. Close your eyes, everybody, please. Exhale, release the tension from your oral cavity. Find your rhythmical breathing. And feel your teeth, each teeth inside your mouth. Feel your tongues from the tip of the tongues to your end of your tongues. Keep breathing. Imagine you are sitting in front of the table. There is food waiting for you. You are waiting for somebody to join for the lunch or dinner. You can smell the food. You can imagine the food, the color, and you can imagine how it will taste inside your mouth. You can imagine how you chew them slowly. Then you can feel there is more things inside your mouth. Your mouth become more watery, and then slowly release your hands. I don't know if you guys can feel it.
Yes,
And,
I guess majority of the people who are watching must be feeling it. Actually, I am a time tracker also, so a part of my conscious self is also on the walk.
Okay.
So
So
maybe,
this
maybe.
is really helpful because a lot of
Yeah.
people have dry mouth and a lot of tension on the face. Actually, a lot of tension is from our oral cavity because we talk very fast, we're under a lot of stress, and we eat food very fast. So a lot of tension is our oral cavity. If you do every day, it's really release your stress from your mouth, and then you feel your shoulders. It's really benefits from all your inner organs, all your digestive system.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Grace, for a practical exercise of it. I'm sure people will be benefited. She said, listen to your guts and talk to
Yes.
your organs like a mother talks to the child. We'll come
Yes.
to you, Professor Ingun. 2 practical tips in 2 minutes to understand what people should do today onwards.
I think it's very important to pay attention to the breath and to what is going on, not only in the gut, but also in the emotions, in the mind, in the body. And meditation can be very easy and also very complicated. And very easy meditation for beginners is to sit down, maybe for just 5 or 10 minutes, and just breathe very slowly, close the eyes, sit in a very straight position, and then just pay attention to the breath. And make the breathing very slowly in, slowly out, and then pay attention to your breath. Don't try to control it, just notice it comes in and out of your nose. And this will calm you, and it's a good practice to do every day. And if you feel that you don't have time, you just take 5 or 10 minutes. You can always take that time out of your life, and it will have a great impact. Also, as human beings, we need to move. We need to move our body. And that's why a lot of the asanas are very good. And you can do some yoga on your mat or in your chair or wherever you are. If you're not so used to yoga, you can also move in nature. Just take some time to move your body. But after movement, and it could be any kind of asana, greetings to the sun, different kind of asana. But it's also very important after asanas or even after a walk in the woods that you take some time to just relax, be with your own self, be with your body, be with your breath. It's a marvelous way to start going inwards, to get into this parasympathetic mode that was talked about. So you learn to relax, and you go from relaxation to activity, and always pay attention to your breath. Those are very important steps.
Thank you very much, Professor Ingun. She said that breath is the key and we should focus on that. Start from breathing slow. Don't try to control your breath. Just notice as be witness of it. Do it initially 5 to 10 minutes every day. Do some yoga, have some nature walk. These things will help you in creating, activating your sympathetic nervous system. Thank you very much, Professor Ingun. We'll have a quick remark from Nayavati ji also. 2 minutes you have to tell us few tips, practical tips people can begin from today itself.
So what I make sure I teach everybody in a desk job, so corporate society, is number 1, yes, pranayama, but there's a specific pranayama that switches off your sympathetic and puts you back into parasympathetic, which is where you want to be. And that is, if you inhale for a count of 4, you pause for another count of 4, you exhale for a count of 8, and you pause for a count of 4. So we call it the 4-4-8-4 breathing technique. And this ensures that, first of all, the exhale being double the length of the inhale allows you to completely switch your autonomic nervous system into a rest and digest response. So for any stresses you're going through, you can do this breath even while driving. You can do this breath at any point. You'll notice a shift within 3 minutes. It's an immediate shift. So this is especially important to people going through stress and anxiety. So that's practical tip number one. Number two is, as was mentioned, move the body daily. But I find especially movements that sitting down, in whether you work in an office or not, we sit down a lot. So certain movements are going to be even more important for the body, and that's back bending, so that we don't have any chronic lower back pain, hip pain that you find a lot of people are having. So lots of back bends and lots of twists. Avoid a lot of forward folding, because we tend to already sit in a bit of a forward folding, hunching position anyway. So if you're going to move your body, back bends and twists are going to be your friend and your medicine.
Thank you. Thank you very much. He said pranayama, exhale, count of 4, hold for 4, exhale, inhale 4, halt 4, exhale 8, and pause 4. 4, 4, 8, 4. Driving or any part, it will help you to deal with the anxiety. Move your body daily. Backward bending will be useful. Have some more twist, it will help. Professor Anna, 2 practical tips in 2 minutes. What should we do from today onwards? You may need to unmute. Yes, carry on. Yes, it's done. It's done. Carry on.
Be silent. It means during the day, anytime we have any situation, we could be at least, we should be at least 1 minute silent. When we have more time, we can sit, now nice weather, we can sit and be silent and enjoy beauty of the world, beauty of the nature. It helps very much. Second, we should, we daily should decide many choice what to do, how to decide, make decision. So very good is psychic somatic connection. When we imagine, for example, I will go to the cinema, or I will cook dinner for my family, which feeling when I imagine going to cinema, a very nice feeling I have. It's better to go to cinema if I imagine cooking dinner and not so good feeling. So it can help for decision. Of course, there is many kind of decisions, but sometimes even if I imagine cooking and I see happy family members, so I decide for cooking, not for cinema. So psychosomatic.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Be silent for 1 minute and start positive imagination. It will also help you to be holistic well-being. So let's have a quick summary of friends. Professor Angun said that yoga is for holistic well-being and for mental health. It balances emotions, relaxes yourself, and help you for going internal. So it may be play for kids, exploration of and against stress for youth. So the tip she mentioned is pay attention on the breath, do regular meditation, don't control your breath, just notice it for 5 and 10 minutes, do daily, do yoga, nature walk, and it will help you to activate parasympathetic nervous system. Navati said that it is mindfulness and it is creating harmony with self, and your corporate life is so sedentary and too much politics, so remain centered. Try to, yoga helps you for activating parasympathetic nervous system, controls your blood pressure through pranayam 4-4-8-4. Move your body daily, backward bending, twists and turns, and that will help you to be better in life. Professor Anna said it's for mental health, it's the top of the psychology, and it brings you to the real nature, and your real nature is peace actually. So have vertical growth rather than the horizontal growth in life, and follow 8 steps of Patanjali for Mahashanti. And she said, be silent for 1 minute and imagine positive things. It will also help you. Grace mentioned about the prenatal. She said that it is a way of finding inner happiness, connecting with body, mind, and emotions. She said that it brings you grounding, pranayama, relaxation. It helps you to deal trauma, and from that way, your even kids will not face any trauma. So better to listen to your guts, talk to your sense organs like a mother talks to the baby. Amazing discussions, friends, and I'm so happy. And I'm sure that people watching us from all parts of the world, we have registrations from around 50 countries of the world. They must be certainly benefited. Thank you very much. And please stay back to watch cultural events following us. Thank you very much, Professor Angun. Grace, Dayawati ji, and Dr. Anna. Thank you very much.
Thank
Namaste.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kathak is one of the 8 major forms of Indian classical dances. Kathak is an amalgamation of 3 arts: music, dance, and drama. The Kathakas, the storytellers, performed in holy places where religious knowledge was made accessible to all. Later in Mughal reign, it has been brought out of temples to their courts and added Persian influence to it. Kathak then became a full existing art, very graceful and complex, much enjoyed by the kings and their courts. Our next performer is a well-known Kathak dancer, Ms. Sharmila Sharma. She gave her first performance at the early age of 3. She received her initial training from her mother, Tara Sharma ji. Sharmila ji, under the guidance of Pandit Rajendra Kumar, Gagan ji and renowned Pandit Birju Maharaj ji, became a professional dancer. She is an empaneled artist of Indian Council for Cultural Relations. She performed in prestigious festivals in India and abroad: Taj Mahotsav, Khajuraho Dance Festival, Washington DC Queen Elizabeth Hall, London 5 Continent Festival, Paris, France, World Kagwa Festival, Osaka. I feel delighted welcoming Sharmila ji, a legendary artist of dance.
Namaskar. Welcome to United Consciousness International Yoga Day, organized by United Consciousness Global. I am Sharmila Sharma, a Kathak exponent from Paris. I would like to invite all of you to join us. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
We are very thankful to Ms. Sharmila ji for a captivating performance of Kathak dance. Thank you so much.
Renaud Gay is a French musician and composer, texture addict, founder of different projects like Soundscape Crew in China and Australia, focusing on the contemporary use of traditional instruments and fusion of different cultures. He lived in China for 10 years, then continued his journey to Australia, where he currently lives. His main instruments include didgeridoo, jaw harp, algoza, gembri, and throat singing. His passion for ancient traditional instruments lies in the richness of textures they offer, their usage for healing, for connecting with the spiritual realms and the earth. His background includes sciences and physics pushed to a PhD. He then specialized in environment and sustainable development through a postmaster degree. Renaud has worked since 2005 as an environment and sustainable development consultant in green building certification, parks of activity administration, as well as sustainable strategies for events. He has worked in France, Caribbean, and China, and he is currently based in Melbourne, Australia. He has also worked for different structures and positions, such as a project manager for a green building consulting company, as a freelance ESD consultant, and as in charge of operation for the mixed economy company, founded by both public and private firms. Renaud is currently looking for new opportunities, still focusing in the environment and sustainability field.
Greetings to all of you. My name is Renaud Gay. And this is a great honor for me to be playing for the United Consciousness International Yoga Day 2021. And on this very special occasion, I would like to play a piece with a very old instrument that is at least 5,000 years old, called jaw harp. And this instrument unites many cultures around the globe. So this is a very great pleasure for me to play, and I will be using this jaw harp that is called the Vargan from Eastern Europe. Enjoy.
On behalf of United Consciousness, I thank Mr. Renaud Gay for his exhilarating performance. Thank you so much.
Imam Deenji was born on 15th of August 1976 at household of Akbar Khan, Jaisalmer, Rajasthan. Belonging to the royal family of musicians called Alam Khana Gharana, Manganiyars community, who are professional singers and musicians who traditionally performed for their jajmans, also known as patrons, Rajput families. He plays khartal, which are 4 pieces of wood and is played by hand, traditionally made from shisham wood or teak, since this produces the required rhythm or the best of the sounds possible. This instrument is played by Manganiyars and the Langa communities in Jaisalmer and Barmer. Used during religious and social celebrations, the instrument derives its name from the Hindi words khara, meaning hand, and tala, meaning rhythm, rhythm of the hand. He is the artistic director of Ustad Arba Music Group and has performed in many national and international folklore festivals all over the world. He has been working with many Indian as well as international researchers, students, anthropologists, authors, and musicologists for their projects of study and research in the field of folk music, art, culture, traditions, and professional performers. He is also honored by Vice President of Croatia for Best Performance in the 42nd International Folklore Festival. Welcome, Imam Deenji.
Khama Ghani. Namaskar. Welcome to United International Consciousness Yoga Day, organized by United Consciousness Global. I am Imam Din, Darbari Alam Khana, folk musician, Ustad Arba music and dance group from Jaisalmer, Rajasthan, India. My group is going to perform Ghumar. The Ghumar is most popular dance of Rajasthan. This dance is mainly performed on the weddings, engagement, functions and festivals. I would like to invite all of you to join us. Thank you. Khama Ghani.
Thank you so much, Imam Deenji. It was really interesting to hear about the folklore music of Jaisalmer, Rajasthan.
It's my pleasure to welcome and introduce our next guest, Mr. Merkan Dede from Turkey. He is Montreal-based musician, producer, DJ who believes that by putting together the digital electronic sounds along with handmade human sounds, we can create the universal language capable of uniting old and young, ancient and modern, east and west. He, with his instrument, produces magical trance melodies. Many great international artists appear as guest musicians both in his albums and concerts. He studied journalism and has deep inclination towards photography. He debuted as Merkan Dede in 1995 when he released as his first album Sufi Dreams, recorded for Golden Horn Records in San Francisco. He moved to Montreal where he first studied, then taught at Concordia University. He formed his first group in 1997 and created recordings like Journey of a Dervish, Golden Horn 1999, Sah Happening Double Moon 2001 and Nar Double Moon 2002. In 2001, he performed at the highly acclaimed Montreal Jazz Festival. He is commissioned by the Turkish Ministry of Culture as the music director of the Guldistan Project. He also released Water 2005 and Bread 2006 album, which both topped the BBC World Music. So with a huge applause, please welcome Merkan Dede.
Lord Shiva. The half body of the Shiva is woman and half body of the Shiva is man. Without woman, man is not. This word come out of this. Let the woman come out of it. They can say this word. Now the woman should lead this universe. They are powerful. The woman is the base of this. The woman is power. Those words, only the woman could carry the words, men could not carry them. The woman should lead this universe. They are powerful.
On behalf of United Consciousness, I thank Mr. Mercandede for his wonderful performance. Thank you so much. I feel honored in welcoming our next eminent guest, Dr. Ishwar Basavaradi. He is the director of Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, New Delhi, for the last 16 years. He is the head of Institute of Yoga Certification Board, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India since 2018. Project Director, WHOCC, Traditional Medicine Yoga. He has also worked as advisor, Yoga and Naturopathy, Ministry of Ayush. He is the President of National Yoga Asan Sports Federation recognized body of Government of India and Senior Vice President of International Yoga Asan Sports Federation, member Governing Council of Indian Yoga Association and many other government and non-government organizations. He has more than 32 years of experience in yoga education and training, therapy and research. He has completed 10 major research and development projects, published more than 12 research papers, 28 booklets, and 10 monographs. He traveled to many countries for promotion and development of yoga across the world. He was the master of ceremony, giving yoga instructions to more than 40,000 people, including Honorable Prime Minister of India, which went into create 2 Guinness Book of World Records. So please welcome Dr. Ishwar V. Basavaradi.
Namaste. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. My pranams to you all. Greetings to you all on the occasion of International Day of Yoga being celebrated on 21st June. This is the 7th edition. The International Day of Yoga is providing an opportunity for all the yoga enthusiasts across the globe to unite and talk about yoga, practice yoga, and let's take yoga as part of our life so that the whole world population may live happy and healthy. I take this opportunity to congratulate United Consciousness and all the organizers for taking this wonderful initiative to invite many experts across the globe and providing opportunity for the listeners to have the glimpses of their rich experience. Today I am talking about dharana, the one of the important component of yoga, and how dharana enrich our life. What is dharana? In a simple translation into English, it is concentration, which follows the meditation. But will we able to concentrate? Patanjali says the dharana is desha bandha chittasya. That means we have to fix our mind stuff on particular point in our body, like in Bhrumadhya, the throat, the top of the head, on our navel flex. So there are some energy centers. So we have to fix our gaze or our mind on these points. And there is a purpose behind it. But I have only 3 questions or 3 answers for that. 1. Being explained what is dharana and how to get into the state of dharana or concentration. Is it so simple? Patanjali given a wonderful way, the methods or technology. I am making it a simplify how to make our mind to concentrate or one-pointedness. So there are 6 steps for them. First one is a detoxification. That is called, we have to detoxify or throw out our toxins. So if it is in the body, there are Shat Karmas, Neti, Dhoti, Kapal, Bhati, Trataka, Nauli, Basti. The nasal wash, the GIT wash, the anal wash. So like this, there are some cleansing practices which cleanses the internal and external body. Then the cleansing of the mind continues. So cleansing of the body, not only the detoxification, it also depends upon what we eat. Yoga prefers the very nutritious local food, not continental food, local food, seasonal food, the food available during the season, and appropriate food according to my work, according to my age. So appropriate food. Then sattvic food, very, very healthy, prepared with bright minds. So these are all the very, very simple but very effective tools to purify our mind and thoughts. So food plays an important role in the purity of mind. Therefore, these 2 practices, detoxification and the diet modification, are the prerequisites to begin our yoga. So then comes the postural modification. As we wake up and do some activities, we stand, we sit, we walk, we sleep, and our body takes many positions. Sometimes we don't sit properly, we don't walk properly. So long sustained sitting in a wrong postures develops some deformities. We don't notice. Therefore, yoga advocates at least do 6 type of movements every day in the morning, a half an hour: forward bending, backward bending, lateral bending, and twisting, and topsy-turvy, and relaxation or balancing postures. And make your mind and body stable. Stay there for some time in the final posture to bring the stability and comfort. So that will help us to overcome the body deformities, improve the metabolism, respiration, the vitality of 5, functioning of 5 vital organs, the brain, the heart, the lungs, the liver, and kidneys. They're all 5 vital organs. Their vitality improves with the practice of yogasana. Then it is breathe modifications. Once the body is pure, I have to breathe. Why I'm taking you? I want to take it to the mind. What are the procedures? This is the technology. So then breathing is, I want to clean my respiratory passage. Respiratory muscles must be strong enough, flexible enough to accommodate more air, to sustain the breathing, regulated breathing. Therefore, alternative nostril breathing, deep breathing, several technologies to enhance the length of breathing, lungs capacity. So once lungs are healthy, it leads to healthy heart functions. Healthy hearts leads to healthy vagus. Healthy vagus connects to the prana. Healthy prana or the controlled prana, regulated prana, will lead us to mind concentration. That's why in Yoga Shastra, there is a close relationship between breathe and mind. Breathe with these physical organs connects with the prana. Prana it as the higher plane of reference. Breathe there in the body, prana is in the above the body. Mind is above. It is another frame of reference. It functions through the brain, but mind is in the different plane of reference. Therefore, the yogis has developed these technologies. So once we do that pranayama, I feel a sense of relaxation.
So this relaxation, long time, if you are not doing it, once again we bring the pratyahara practices like yoga nidra, drawing all my sensory organs within, the eyes, the nose, the ears, then their external stimulations. Now I become inside, I start going, then desha bandha chittasya. So my mind becomes concentrated. It's not wine pointed, it is slowly become powerful. Will power will come. Prolonged concentration leads to meditation. I am not talking about the impact of meditation. Today I will only confine to the. So unless you bring your detoxification, diet modification, postural modification, breathe modification and relaxation, very difficult to concentrate. This is the technology. This is the method explained in the yoga texts. Once we concentrate, able to concentrate, I develop the willpower. That willpower, now how it helps, that is concentration. That willpower, I change my lifestyle. I start eating at right time. I start sleeping at right time. My quality of sleep improves. So I start doing yoga every day regularly. That develops to immunity, sustainability, the prolonged life span. So that prolonged lifetime helped me to do 3 important life principles. One is love, the prema. I start loving everybody. Bhakti Yoga teaches that. Unconditional love. Then, and another one is, it is a karma, the action in relaxation. So with all these concentrated mind, powerful mind, so I have purity of love. Selfless action leads to jnana. Nitya vastu jnana. So jnana is the powerful. The dharana, concentrated mind. So continuous concentrated mind, willful actions leads to action in relaxation, and wonderful love, compassion for everybody lead to selfless action. That leads to reach the Brahman, the pure consciousness which is within. This is the procedure, this is the technology, this is a science. That's why our yoga people mentioned yoga is an art and science of health and well-being. I can become well. Therefore, dharana, as Envy says in Patanjali and many yoga masters, especially Buddha also emphasize on, Gautam Buddha also emphasize on, the powerful mind can do the wonders, and it is the pathway to the salvation or freedom. Ultimately, what we want to, I want to have a freedom from sufferings, freedom from disease, freedom from anxiety, stress, and many sorrows and sufferings we face. This state of mind, the powerful mind, ekagra chitta, will give you all the solutions. That is the need of the hour. That is the power of concentration, make us to live healthy and happy. Once again, I take this opportunity to wish you a happy, wonderful, peaceful and healthy International Day of Yoga celebrations. This year theme is Yoga for Wellness. We started Be With Yoga, Be at Home moment. Now it is Yoga for Wellness. The Honorable Prime Minister of India has promoted, and we are promoting worldwide Yoga for Wellness. So once again, Dr. Tomar, thank you, and all my friends, and it's a great meeting to you all. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ishwarji. Thank you very much, Dr. Ishwarji. I feel that such a comprehensive understanding of dharana that you presented. I'm sure that people from all parts of the world watching will be extremely benefited. The way you related body to the mind, to the soul, and not only that, its social replications. Once a person established in yoga, you mentioned about you have love for self and others, Your actions reflect it. You have selfless actions. So you connected all facets of yoga with dharana, and the misunderstandings in some part of the world that yoga is merely stretching. You really made it so clear for everybody that it's a complete art and science of well-being in life. Thank you very much, Dr. Ishwarji. We are so blessed to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
On behalf of United Consciousness, I thank Dr. Ishwar V. Basavardi for coming on to the platform of United Consciousness and sharing his views. Thank you so much, Dr. Basavardi.
Italian born and raised, Valentina spent 24 years of her life in Kenya as a businesswoman and eventually moved to South Africa in 2017. Mother of 3 beautiful and accomplished souls, Valentina, following her awakening later in life, established the first pranic energy healing center in South Africa in 2018, named Wings and Me. As a result, she started opening her own spiritual gifts, becoming an internationally certified pranic energy healer, serving a wide variety of patients and students. She also holds several diplomas, including one in psychotherapy, dream analysis, and crystal healing. Through her own spiritual evolution, she has recently developed the Inner Active Mastery Therapy, abbreviated to IAM, which she defines as the new level of psychology. This is a therapeutic journey applying quantum healing, psychology, spiritual teachings, and ancient knowledge to assist hundreds of people across the world healing from their traumatic emotional experiences in 10 easy steps. Envisioning and actualizing the creation of the non-profit organization, the Spiritual Council, in early 2021, has been the natural evolution of her journey to serve others. This time through helping humanity understand that we are not separated beings, but that we are all part of the same human race, and as such, we are co-creating and evolving into higher frequencies of existence together as one. As the Executive Director of the Spiritual Council in Africa, Valentina is also an advisor to the United Consciousness Board in creating the Manual for Happiness. She has also appeared in numerous online awareness events, sharing her knowledge and love with others.
A warm good morning from South Africa, and this is Valentina from the Spiritual Council in Africa. Thank you for joining me in this guided meditation. But before we start, I invite you to join hands with me, and we do a simple invocation for divine blessing and divine protection. To the Supreme God, to all the holy angels, the holy teachers, we humbly ask for your divine blessings, your divine love, your divine mercy, and your divine protection, with thanks and in full faith, and so be it. To facilitate the flow of energy throughout your body, please sit upright, the same position I'm in, with your back straight, as we have chakras on both front and of course back of our energy bodies. And then you can curl up your tongue up to the roof of your mouth so we can close all our meridians. And now I invite you to close your eyes, relax, and just tune into my voice and let the noise of the outside world just fade away. Now let's take a deep breath in and a breath out. I want you to inhale brilliant light with every part of your body and exhale any grayish, dirty energy out of your body. Inhale joy and love and peace, and exhale anger, stress, and any negative emotion. And now visualize a brilliant ball of light on top of your head. Imagine your body as an empty bottle. Visualize the brilliant light above your head, opening, pouring liquid brilliant light to your crown, flooding your brain with brilliant light, pouring inside of your body with brilliant light, covering your heart, your lungs, and your intestines. Now going down your spine, your muscles, your bones, with brilliant light. Imagine the brilliant light pushing down any impurities, down, 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 and out of your feet into the earth. And then inhale and exhale again. Now visualize the ball of light on top of your head turning green. Imagine the green light pouring down into your whole body on the inside. Imagine the bright greenish light cleansing, purifying all the negative energy from any cells, any organ in your body, and gently pushing it down out of your feet and into the earth. And now inhale slowly and exhale any impurities down into the earth. Now visualize the ball of light on top of your head, now turning purple or violet. So imagine the violet light flowing through every pore, every cell, every tissue in your body, just flushing any remaining negative energies again down, 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 and out of your feet into the earth. Once again, inhale and exhale. And now I want you to move your attention to the center of your chest. I want you to visualize the face of a loved one at the center of your chest. Tell them how much you love them, how much you care for them. And now, holding that energy of love, visualize about 2 feet in front of you the planet Earth in the size of a small ball. From this energy of love at the center of your chest, I would like you to gently radiate beautiful pinkish light toward the earth and embracing it. I want you to share the love that's within your heart for this loved one to every person, every creature on the beautiful planet Earth. And gently follow me with a very, very simple, very universal prayer. Lord, make me an instrument of peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. And now bless every person, every creature on the beautiful earth with love and with peace. And I want you to do that especially for nations that are in conflict, loved ones that are not getting along. Bless them with peace and love. And where there is injury, let me sow pardon. Think of all the people that have hurt you and just bless them with the spirit of forgiveness. And where there is doubt, let me sow faith. Where there is despair, let me sow hope. Think of the loved ones that are going through hard times. Bless them with a new hope that things will improve. Visualize them rising above their current problems. See them feeling good about themselves and succeeding in whatever they are doing. Where there is darkness, let me sow light. Where there is sadness, let me sow joy. Visualize every person you meet every day, smiling with happiness and joy. And now inhale gently, lift this sensation from the center of the chest and move it up, 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 up to the top of your head in the crown area. And now visualize a beautiful white lotus flower on top of your head and just smile at it. See it opening and revealing the face of somebody that you respect very dearly. Could be a teacher, could be a saint, an angel, or the image of God to you. Either way, just project love, gratitude, and respect to this person. Stay still and just be aware. And now from this beautiful white lotus flower, gently project a brilliant white light towards the planet Earth, 2 feet in front of you, and just repeat silently after me. From the heart of God, may every person, every being, every creature in our beautiful planet Earth be blessed with happiness, with joy, with peace, with goodwill, and especially the willingness to do good. Every person, every creature is blessed with good health, with happiness, with joy and spirituality. Keep on being still, be aware. Now we are simultaneously blessing the earth from the heart and the crown energy centers, symbolized by the face of the loved one and the person that you respect. Gently radiate golden light from the heart area and from the crown towards the beautiful planet Earth in front of you, and silently say, from the center of the heart of God to my heart and my crown, may every person, every creature on the beautiful planet Earth be divinely blessed with good health, with happiness, with joy and divine peace. May every person, every creature be blessed with loving kindness, with peace, with inner peace, with healing, with inner healing, with goodwill and the willingness to do good. And imagine golden light illuminating every person, every creature on the beautiful planet Earth. And allow yourself to be a powerful, clear instrument of divine love, divine mercy and compassion to this world. Continue to bless the earth from the heart and your crown, and let the love that's within you, the peace that's within you, radiate to every person, every creature, anyone all over the planet. And now gently raise your awareness a few inches above your head and visualize a beautiful golden flame radiating white golden light everywhere through your mind's eye, and trying to sense the quality of this flame. Try to feel its vibration, its quality, and trying to sense how this energy feels to you. I invite you to put your complete awareness on this beautiful golden flame in your mind's eye. Just look at the flame and sit in complete awareness on that flame and let go. With your eyes still closed, slowly come back to normal consciousness. Gently wiggle your fingers and your toes, move your shoulders. Try to be aware of your body as we now release the excess energy that we have generated. Just gently raise your hands facing forward with bent elbows, with the hands facing outward. Once again, visualize the earth in front of you, the size of a small ball, and silently follow me. May every person, every being on earth, every creature on earth, our beautiful Mother Earth, be blessed with happiness, with great joy, with healing, inner healing, prosperity, abundance, and spirituality. Bless your friends, bless your loved ones with good health, with happiness, prosperity, and spirituality. Bless your job, your career, with success, advancement, and progress. Just radiate a tremendous amount of beautiful light towards the planet Earth and see it light up, and just be blessed with love, with power. May every person, every being, every creature on this beautiful Mother Earth be divinely blessed. And now, let's silently say a thanksgiving prayer to the Supreme God, to all the holy angels, the holy teachers, our spiritual guides. Thank you for the light, the love, and the power. Especially thank you for the divine protection. And so it is. As we finish this meditation, gently open your eyes with a beautiful and broad, wonderful smile. To help facilitate the dissemination of this healing energy, and we've created a lot within your body, for the next 5 minutes or so, I'll encourage you to do some gentle stretching or some simple physical exercise. I want to thank you for joining me in this shortened version of the meditation, and this meditation is called the Twin Heart for Planetary Peace. For more information on our pranic energy healing courses and of course our healing session, or for the full version of this meditation, please feel free to contact us on info@spiritualcouncil.org. I send you love, joy, and divine peace. Blessing be to all. Namaste.
On behalf of United Consciousness, I thank Ms. Valentina for her exhilarating performance. Thank you so much.
United Consciousness has celebrated International Yoga Day with the theme Yoga for Mind, Body and Soul. Yoga is an invaluable gift of India's ancient tradition. It embodies unity of mind and body, thought and action, restraints and fulfillment, harmony between man and nature, a holistic approach to health and well-being. It is about to discover the sense of oneness within yourself, the world and nature. By changing our lifestyles and creating consciousness, it can help in well-being. I am highly privileged to have this opportunity to present my gratitude to all those who have witnessed and blessed this event directly or indirectly. We are blessed by the God for a successful functioning of the event. So firstly, I thank God for showering His blessings on us. I extend my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Vinay Sahasrabuddhe, President ICCR. I owe my thanks to Yoga Guru Dr. H.R. Nagendraji, Vice Chancellor, SVYA, SA University. I feel grateful to thank Shri Anand Bal Yogi Ji, Dr. Marco Bianco, Dr. Ishwar V. Basavardi, Ms. Valentina Cottene. I thank all highly esteemed and learned panelists for their panel discussion. I'm thankful to all the wonderful music artists and magnificent dance performers for their cultural performances. I thank European Yoga Federation, Swami Suryananda Saraswati Ji, Ms. Amy Blesio, Ms. Emilia, Sarah, Danielia, Christine, and also thank the Spiritual Council in Africa. I owe my heartfelt thanks to Team Project Self USA, Shri Rajesh Rabindranath, Ms. Pavitra Srinivasan, Ms. Madhurika Arvind, Ms. Rashmi Kashi, Dr. Prasad Akavu, Dr. Vijay Reddy, Ms. Gina Suresh, Mr. Karthik Palamalai, Mr. K.L. Alexander, Mr. Venkat Sriram Lalu, Ms. Deepthi Nair, Ms. Avneet Bad, Mr. Suresh, Mr. Devaraju, Ms. Deepa Arun. I thank Team Project Self Bharat, Dr. Vikrant Singh Tomar, Dr. Shweta Tomar, Aditi Meghna Mausan Prachi, Mr. J.S. Juneja, Dr. Paramji Juneja, Rishi Vishalji Arnav, Aditya Ashwin, Rati Dharmendraji Uday, Pooja Ji, Bharti Ji, Dipti Ji, Amrish Ji, Mrinalini Ji, Khushbu Ji, Jimmy Ji. I extend my special thanks to IG Shri Arun Kumar Ji, CRPF Mount Abu, and Assistant Commandant Mr. Amit Deswal and Mr. Vikas Kumar. I am grateful to our wonderful audiences and thank all visible and invisible sources blessing us. Thank you so much, everyone.